Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Big Footy rules still apply.
Alright, so this is the vlogcast for the post-trade and free agency week wrap. The Tear-soaked Tiger Starburns is here, and I'm joined by the Mayor of East Geelong, Teach.
Honk honk.
Mr. Moral Victory Cookson.
Don't mention the wall.
The bravest supporter of the bravest club in the AFL, Morgan Ashley.
Hello.
From North, we have Dan.
From North we have Dan.
Well, you hate the intro, so I'm...
Oh, get a better one. That's just...
From the Burke Street 7-Eleven.
Yeah, the Elizabeth Street 7-Eleven. You want that one back?
No, we need a new one. No, we don't need intros at all. We just need
Oh, now I want a fucking strawberry Big M.
The least melty North supporter in the land, Dan.
Yeah, that's better.
The least delusional too. And because one team was more dominant than any other over this period, the Cats, we have our first ever international contributor to the podcast, and that is Chappie UK.
Hey,
So Chappie, just before we begin, where are you right now?
I'm in a cafe in Friedrichsthal in Berlin.
Friedrichsthal.
Very hungover.
Just tell them to shut the fuck up so that we can get on with this.
I've told them to piss off, Teach.
You're obviously not east enough in Europe then, because we've got you here. So
Yeah.
you didn't come across Poitercat at all?
No, I think he's further east.
No.
Just need to pop over the Berlin Wall, say hello.
They knocked that down, Cookie.
That's the idea, you idiot. It's a joke.
It doesn't exist anymore, like Fremantle's premiership window.
Or Richmond finals win.
Fuck off. Let's go to Goo or Tears, and who wants to go first? I get a feeling there'll be a fair bit of goo here, because most everyone picked something up in the trade and free agency period. But who wants to go first?
I suppose I'll start with some goo. I'm in St Kilda, we got Carlisle, and with Goddard, there's the pencil.
Is this really goo? This is more tears, I think.
So this is goo.
Is this powdery or good?
Everyone calm the fuck down, for fuck's
This is St
sake.
Kilda-esque goo because it's so forced.
We got Freeman as well, so we got Pace. We told
Hey,
Carlton
Cookie, go fuck yourself.
gladly.
Yeah. Anytime someone wants to go to St Kilda, it's a good thing.
We got Bailey Rice, who decided to tell Carlton go and get fucked. That was the highlight.
Did you or did you not lose trade week to Adrian Dodoro?
Oh, we still
Yeah,
won
you
trade week.
Yeah, you.
Okay. Okay, then if
No,
we
if you
trade,
make him look good, you lose.
everyone shut up.
They didn't
If we
lose
trade-
Billings, so
Big
that's a
five
win.
for a straight Carlisle and no Coke is still not worth it.
But we got the first rounder back in return, and that's worth
You
it.
must be gooing over your off-season ladder surge as well.
He was technically under Essendon when that was done.
Oh, nah.
Hey, it's not my fault. Hey, I'm going by the rules. I'm like, go you pops.
Never should have let that guy have that thread.
Correct.
Fucking giving points to Talia. The Crows won. Anyone else got any other goo? Because we do have two Geelong supporters. Unfortunately, they brought in enough recruits. So there's enough goo to go around. But which one of you wants to go first? And does one of you have goo that's not Dangerfield?
Sorry, yeah, and I reckon our pickups were all good and are all going to play for us. And everyone's dumping on Spudderson, but I reckon he's actually going to be really good for us.
Henderson's a handy footballer. It's just the price you paid that's a bit iffy. Very high price.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we wouldn't have got him if they don't have future draft picks, but
No.
we'll see what happens.
We absolutely bossed the trade period.
Did you really?
Yeah. Did you...
I can't.
Yeah, done and dusted in a week.
Give it. If
In a
you
week.
That's because
failed
all your
to
picks
get-
were gone. You had nothing
In
left to
a
give.
friggin' week.
Do you
You don't
think
get
you did
points,
all
you
your
gotta-
trades within a week? Do you think you actually negotiated those within a week? You had Dangerfield signed in fucking March.
Didn't Geelong only have to give up a first and a second round pick for him?
And a Ranger.
And Collingwood had to give up 2 first round picks for Drew.
Oh, let's go through the fact that one of them was a fucking free agent, and the other one was a 22-year-old who is not. So they didn't really technically have to give up anything.
That sounds awfully
I
defensive.
reckon we
Shut
played
up.
Shit. Don't tell me to shut up, bitch.
I'm talking to you, moron.
I reckon we paid overs to Henderson with a first round pick, but with everyone else,
You got
we-
Dangerfield from the $2 shop.
we did.
That was highway robbery, considering.
We scored.
Considering what other
Massive.
clubs had to give up to get their recruits, I think
The Crows bent over on that one. I think they just conceded in the end that what they would get from Geelong was better than any other option.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's
Oh yeah.
They got the
Burn, baby, burn. Disco and
they got the new Dangerfield though, didn't they?
in Gore.
In return. Yeah. The new Dangerfield.
Oh yeah. We absolutely smashed it in the trade period. We won hands down more than any other club.
it's hard to dispute that, really. I mean, they did do pretty well.
Yeah, I reckon my skew is Dangerfield picking 35. I don't have to get a new jumper.
He was a fan of Robert Harvey.
Da, 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 da. Can't touch this. Da, da,
And-
da, 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 da. Can't touch this.
Peach presents One Hit Wonders.
So Morgs or Dane, who wants to go next?
Well, I can go, but there's not.
It doesn't have to be North related. It can be anything you thought of that you liked or
I haven't
didn't like.
thought of anything. I don't think at all.
It can be. It doesn't even have to be trade period. It can be. You could go gooey over no Carlton Friday nights next year.
Yeah, I'm just sort of relieved more than happy about that, to be honest.
You did this last time when you wouldn't even give us goo over North beating
I'm
someone.
terrible with this.
And we
segment,
made you,
I'm sorry.
we made you choose Kanye Turner.
Yeah, that was forced to. That was.
You're-
Yeah.
Your goo can be Ross Lyon
Why would it be Ross Lyon?
because he's a fucking failure.
Well, he's
have-
been like that ever since he started coaching.
That's nothing new.
Yeah, come on.
That
I
was
have
fine,
tears for Dan's ambivalence.
I got goo for your sausage fingers. How about that?
I have goo for my premiership win tonight. Yes.
Yeah. So Morgs, you had a win at netball.
Were you BOG?
No, I played in defence, and the.
So you played
Golden-
the Maxwell role of just being a
I
loose.
did, very much did, and I actually got in trouble on the way home from my mum
Lots of
for
finger pointing.
spoiling rather than taking possession of the ball, and I said I was channeling my inner Nick Maxwell.
So when you made a mistake, were you pointing at your team?
That's how she dislocated her fingers by too much
I
pointing.
don't make mistakes.
No. I'm sure that she's a fucking hard bitch and she would have elbowed someone in the head. And so good on her.
No. I have very fine. His work over the last 2 weeks. Picking up Trelaw, which was, I think we may have paid overs as well, but you got to do what you got to do to get somebody like that.
For Trelaw, that's kind of what it's going to take, though. That's what it was going to take.
Yeah, so I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying half out. Yeah, so I think Howe was pretty good and bending the Lions over. What more do you want?
I think Collingwood did pretty well, actually.
I think we finished second over the trade period. I'm going to claim the moral victory of that.
Well, you did mention a few things there that were interesting. I'm not sure about how. Like, just on what you're paying him, 600 grand. When you look at his statistics, like, it's actually not that impressive. The
does
highlight
he
reel,
do?
the
What does
highlight
he
reel
do?
comment is pretty accurate with that guy. Like, he's like Jamie Elliott, except without substance.
Yeah, other than having a highlight reel every second week, what does he do to help a side other than
He could-
take spectacular marks?
Sure,
In a
he's
better
first
s-
right with a lot of your Jimmies.
In
What's
a
that?
better side, he'll probably do. No, he'll probably do better than Jesse White. So
Well, anyone can do better than Jesse White.
Well,
He's
let's-
the most
let's
overrated
compare
footballer. in the
Couch
competition.
to Motorbike.
He's on an awful lot of money for a guy who averages like 14 disposals a game or whatever it is. Like,
Oh, is that what this segment is? Is this where I become a tomboy deal hater or?
the only other person who gets so little disposals that gets rated like that is Rioli.
Oh, God. You had to find a way.
No, but when you think about it, how does taking spectacular marks actually help? Or
Well,
how did
that
it
means-
ever help Melbourne? Or how's it going to help?
Well, it doesn't help Melbourne because they're useless, but it might help us because if he's taking spectacular marks, that means our team has the ball. And that's the positive.
Positivity.
From Howe, we've taken positivity from Ruzi as well. I'm going to channel that. If he's taking marks, that means we have possession of the ball, and that's a step up.
Yeah, but anyone can take a mark. He just takes.
Okay, we're shithouse. No, not anyone can take a mark.
he still has to kick the goal. I mean, that's
That-
always been Collingwood's.
Well, that's
Dan
the other
has
thing.
years for
Playing
Jeremy
full
Howe.
forward.
Unless he's taking those marks inside 50 and converting them to
He's not
goal,
playing there.
he's no worth to anyone.
That's ridiculous. He's not
He's
playing
overrated.
forward line.
Yeah, whatever warms your milk, you do.
I
what
don't
you-
drink milk. There you go. No, the way I see it is what we lost during trade period and what we got, we won. So simple.
This is too gooey for me, what's going on in trade week. I've got tears. I got tears for the Brisbane Lions because, well, James Aish was there. He never wanted to be there. He wanted out. They said, no, we will not trade you. Even Lee Matthews came out and said, no, we will not trade you. And it was a perfect opportunity to make a cultural stand against someone who didn't want to be there. And they folded just like Fitzroy. And seriously, I thought only Hodgepodge could make Lee Matthews look stupid. But it turns out the rest of the Bryans could just fold Brisbane because what are they now? They're a feeder club. They're officially a feeder club. And I look forward to joining the race for pick number 2 in 2 years' time. And I think we should all just jump on that, whoever he is. Richmond, get in his ear because he's going to leave. Someone will entice
The
him.
moment Aish was drafted to the Brisbane Lions, I created a thread saying James Aish wants to come home.
Wasn't it a sheesh back then?
Yeah, sheesh. Back then, yeah.
Gee.
And I'll probably be doing the same thing with the next kid that they draft,
You'll get melts.
Yeah.
Like, they hate it, but
which
They
is their
hate it,
first.
but they
which-
created it.
Which is their
Goes
first
back
pick
one.
in the draft.
pick 2, right after Carlton.
And who are they going to get with that?
Is Wiedering the one who goes to Carlton? They
I
get
think
the
so.
other guy.
Who's he?
I don't know.
Is he from Melbourne?
Yeah,
He
he's
has to
from
be
Victoria.
Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it only works if he's from Victoria.
They're both from Victoria.
Okay.
Well, Aish was South Australian.
Oh, well, that makes it even worse. Anywhere but
He
Queensland.
didn't even go home when he went to Collingwood.
I didn't want James Aish. I just wanted to bend him over for the lols. But if getting James Aish helps us keep Scharenberg, then I'll take the good with the bad.
Oh, so what? You're saying he's like the stable pony for Sharon?
Yes, I am. I'm saying that he's his best friend, and it took us a while to actually get Scharenberg to sign his second contract. So if having James Aish there makes life a little bit better for Scharenberg, then well done, Collingwood.
He was in the business of giving list spots to anyone. First Howe, then Aish, so that Scharenberg will stay put.
Yep.
Next, you'll be picking up Ryan Crowley because, I don't know, Pendles doesn't like getting tagged by him or some shit. I don't know. But no, the Bryans, they were piss poor in trade week, and it's got to be said, when that's the compensation you get, and admittedly Bastanak might offer something to them, and that was the only way to get that trade done. But if you say you're not going to trade him, you hold up when you're Brisbane.
If you say you're not going to trade him and you're settling for Bastanak, you're fucking retarded.
But clearly they wanted Bastanak. At least they got Tom Bell because he's a midfielder who kicks the ball forward, so that'll be a nice.
I genuinely think
Bryans.
that's a good pickup by them.
Yeah, he's a handy footballer.
They definitely did that. They win that trade and Carlton are fucking retarded again.
No, well, apparently there was personal reasons. Carlton were actually doing the right thing by him there.
His dad is cancer or something.
That's nice then, but I actually rate Tom Bell as a footballer. He's not bad.
So do I. They should make him captain.
But yeah, with the Brisbane thing, if you don't stand for something, stand for nothing. They fucking puffed their chest out and said they weren't going to take it anymore, and then they said, enter here.
That's pretty much right. Either you say we're going to find a deal, but if you're that firm that far out, then you got to stay by it because people will want to walk.
Do you reckon the AFL told Brisbane to accept
Jeffy's
the deal
taken-
and we'll give you a priority next year? Just dropping that theory.
Chappie's taking the piss. And Morgs,
Yeah.
fuck, you're a mouthy bitch.
What?
You fucking mouthy.
What did I say to you?
Nothing. I'm just taking the piss.
Oh, shut up, bitch.
But no, it may be Cookie, but I'd be surprised if that was the case because the priority pick for trading H is that's a pretty extreme carrot.
Take that to the SRP board, please.
Anyway, let's move on to the trade week, and we've discussed some of the winners and the losers of trade week, but there was a lot of movement. Apparently, what was it? 55 of the first 70 picks changed hands or something.
Yeah, something like that. 56 of the first 70 were traded. I mean, there was a lot of
Oh,
movement.
for fuck's sake. Tell the German fucking work.
Yeah, sorry.
Chappie,
I
tell
don't
the
know what's
Germans
going
to shut the fuck up.
Doing your fucking Nazi.
Shut the suck.
Answer the phone.
But yeah, a lot of picks were traded, and the point
Shut the
system.
fuck up.
Yeah, the point system probably played a big part. A lot of trading from Sydney and GWS, and
Yeah, and loopholes and shit.
yeah, and there was one big loser of trade week. Does anyone want to guess that club?
I'm going to say it's Fremantle.
You would be correct, my good sir.
Yes, that was my loser for trade week because you've got a glaring need that has been a need for so long. They've never been able to find a guy to even replace Pav, let alone play alongside him. And Pav's almost gone. Like, Pav might be gone. And McCarthy's there. Didn't throw enough at him. They chased Bennell. They got him, but he's not a key forward. They didn't have a crack at Casbolt at the end. They didn't even have a crack at Black or who's the guy at Geelong? Kirstens. See, like they're not even taking consolation prizes here when they couldn't get McCarthy. They had to go hard. They had to give a player. They didn't, and they're not going to kick goals next year. They're going to average 8 goals a game.
Opposed to all the other years.
Well, this is the thing. They did that with Pav there. Take Pav out, and when no one pays their forwards any respect, they're not going to kick goals.
Zach Clark can pinch hit, but he's not a.
Well, they've got a bunch of guys who can pinch hit, but
They lack some serious
I like
power.
that. You're dead right, Starburns. They've not added anything to their list.
all right. Let's just think about it this way. If you play Fremantle next year, and we'll just go through the clubs that are here: Alex Rance, Scott Thompson, Jake Carlisle, Harry Taylor. None of those guys have to play on an opponent next year against Fremantle.
Am I invisible? We have a backline too, you know.
Yeah, well, I actually wouldn't know who'd do that. Jeremy Howe would do that. Jeremy Howe can be the Collingwoods guy that sits there and takes marks. But this is what I'm saying. None of the guys who play fullback or centre half back for these clubs are going to need to bother minding an opponent because the second and third stringers can do the job on what Fremantle currently.
I find that concerning. Whose head is Jeremy Howe going to sit on?
That Fifes, because he'll get shoved forward. They'll weaken
Yes.
their midfield.
I think he might sit on his wife's knee and try to warm her up, you know.
I'm not
Who
sure where
knows?
this is going.
Yeah,
Shut
I'm
up,
sure
bitch.
this is
Is
going.
this some sort of weird spanking fantasy you have, Teach? Because that's fucked.
What should Freo have done? Obviously, GW just
I think Ross
prefer-
Lyon
like-
needed to get Cam McCarthy to sit on his knee and have a good talking to about his role in the forward. I don't know. Sorry, I was just going on.
That's what we did. We had Howe sit on Eddie's knee, and we got Trelaw in there as well. We worked straight.
What Freo should have done,
I'm
they
so
should have
confused.
traded Weller or at least Neil, because they had to throw the kitchen sink.
This is not even the year that Freo fucked up the most. What they should have done is got somebody 3 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. But they've tried it with everyone. They tried for Cloak. They tried for Cameron. They tried for Revolt. Oh, they probably tried for Tex Walker. They probably tried for Tippett.
Yeah,
They tried for
fucked up.
everyone,
They
but
fucked
no
up.
one went. They tried for
They
Harry
did.
Taylor. They tried for everyone. They just
Melbourne
can't
is
get
more
them.
attractive for a forward than Freo.
That's why Jesse Hogan will stay.
But people go to Brisbane. Why is no one going to Freo?
Well, forwards aren't going to Brisbane.
I'd go to Freo.
Why you'd have to listen to fucking Ross Lyon talk?
Okay,
man.
but why are no forwards going to Freo? Like, this is the thing. I know forwards get paid enough money that not many want to fuck off, apart from Buddy's the other one, of course. Buddy,
Basil Zemplis. Having to listen to him any more so than what we have to.
yeah, like he'd be on your news every night. Like, oh.
Yeah, no.
Buddy didn't want to go to Perth, so that's not Freo's fault. But everyone else.
Oh,
gets-
Max Buddy had to go to Perth. Fucking hell.
They needed to get someone. Yeah, you're right. A few years ago, but because they kept failing, they had to go hard at McCarthy. They had to throw the kitchen sink at him, and it sounds like they didn't. It sounds like they never offered a real player. The closest they went was Pat Spade.
You know what Freo should have done? They should have gotten the Germans. and
Fuck
got them
is
to throw
going
the
on in
kitchen
the
sink.
background?
Literally. Do you need to comment every time there's noise?
Yeah, I know.
The third ward has started. It's time to hide.
I mean, speaking of winners, I think Port were a bit of a small winner. I mean, they got Dixon, which fulfills a massive need for them, and they get Toompas as well, so they could probably
Oh, come on.
Melbourne him.
He's so Melbourne. There is no coming back for that man.
But still, Dixon probably feels a big need for Port because they did lack forwards. I mean, Schultz is
absolutely.
good, so
But it cost him a bit. It cost him a first.
yeah, but you got to pay for forwards.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I know,
right.
but he is injury prone, and I think he's a good footballer. But it's big risk reward play there from the Puffers. But still, there's another key forward, and you mentioned Schultz as well. Those are two other key forwards Freo missed out on. Not that Schultz is going to give him a whole lot long term, but still, they can't get anyone. They had to offer someone like Lockie Neal to get it done, or Stephen Hill, and obviously they didn't do that. So
I mean, also you probably do look at the other winners. Like I reckon Melbourne had a pretty decent trade window.
do we think Melbourne had a good trade window? Because
No.
2 top 10 picks.
yeah, and Thomas
They
Bark,
always
that's not
dominate
bad,
the
but.
draft picks at this time of the year.
Melksham.
Malcolm, Kennedy, bom bom.
They got rid of Toompas though. I want to nominate a winner though, because as much as Geelong got Dangerfield and all that, and Geelong have basically traded themselves out of the draft for the next 2 years. So if Dangerfield and Henderson don't lift them and the youth doesn't come through, it could be wilderness time. I'm going to say there's a real winner in Essendon. I think Dodoro, he found a couple of clubs who were willing to fold on him in St Kilda and Melbourne, and he scrounged together 2 picks in the top 5. He got rid of Melksham. They got Leuenberger in. Like, they got some handy picks to draft with. They got a ruckman that they desperately need. Getting rid of Melksham was just the icing on the cake. I think Essendon won.
That doesn't sound right when you say that.
I know. I don't. I don't. I
Essendon
don't
have
No,
like
no,
it.
I don't like that sound.
I don't
saying by
like
the,
it, but
the
it-
same theory of why Essendon won, I just said Melbourne got 2
It's like
tries.
saying the Empire and Star Wars have won. No.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Don't like it.
We'll just ignore that ever happened. We never talked about Essendon. Actually, I'll tell you who the biggest winner of Trade Week was. The X's.
Oh yes, yes. Okay, we definitely boosted.
Oh, the X's, yeah.
Had a real trade week win. I think. How many new clubs got X's?
We got Tom Bell, so Brisbane. They're finally joined in the party.
Well, they had rubbish bin. They had the rubbish bin.
Oh, that Robson, yeah, sorry.
We already had Hampson, but now we actually have one who can kick goals in Yarra.
You got Yaron, so you got an Xer.
Oh no, we always had Grigg, didn't we? But we'll have another one who can kick goals.
We got Troy Menzel, which I found surprising.
To the Crows. So
Yeah.
all the old Xer clubs are getting extra X's. Did anyone else get an Xer?
No.
Oh,
we
Oh,
and it
did
makes me-
anyone else get an Exa?
Oh yes. Yours is
Burn,
going to play at
burn,
centre half back though.
Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn.
You in a time warp?
It wasn't Plugger. Plugger has
We got-
taken over your soul.
Stop spamming us with old music.
We got Danger. Oh
They
man,
just got an Xer, you idiots.
Henderson.
He's an
Uh,
Xer. Congrats, you got the idea.
We got Smith, and we got
Yeah,
the
but
other.
he's not Nexus, so no
They're
one
not
gives a
fucking
shit about him.
Xers.
Woohoo! We bossed. We absolutely.
Shut up!
He's just on his own wagon and he can't hear anyone else. So does Henderson count if he plays as a defender for the whole year? Is it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
forwards?
he played forward at Carlton.
No,
So-
but if you play, are you only acknowledging X's who play forward?
No, because we
Yeah,
took goals
I-
from Laidler and Jacobs, so he's an Xer.
We count the players that don't even contribute.
Like Kane Lucas and Hampson.
Like Carlton, they counted Henderson last year. He didn't contribute to them. And you're laughing. You just picked him up, you fucking idiot.
Oh, you're such a bitch. But I love you.
Okay,
Wow.
Bombers. Do we have anything else we want to add on the trade periods who we thought we won or lost or
I must say, Carlton's trading seemed very random to me.
crazy saucy?
I mean,
Oh yeah,
I picked up a new role.
seemed-
Like, okay, here's Menzel. Take him, Crows. He's talented, but give us 5 players instead, none of which are, half the player he is, but we'll take them. And these are guys GWS didn't want.
Sam Kerridge, like, who the fuck's he?
Well, he's famous for one thing. He kicks 6 goals in the biggest North choke of the
Oh, yeah.
recent years. That's all.
He has
That's
his
like
own
the only thing
kick
anyone knows
record.
about that guy.
The Sam Kerridge Spud Award. We give it to an opposition player who is no good but has a really, really good game against us.
I mean, Jed
Yeah,
Lamb,
that's
who's...
pretty crazy shit.
Jed Lamb, depth player at the Colas, depth player at the Giants.
Lockie Plowman, pick 2.
But he's been very disappointing.
He's on fuck all. Andrew Phillips, who was apparently pick 4 in a rookie draft, though, but...
He's a ruckman who's pretty lanky.
Oh, good. Warnock replacement.
He's probably a little bit better than Warnock, but really...
Are they going to stick him and Cameron Wood and try and make a super ruckman? Or
Oh well, maybe it's a good trade.
Oh, it's not Tate.
if he's a ruckman, how long until he gets to Geelong?
He's not injured enough.
Yeah, oh,
Wait until he becomes a little more
fuck off.
talky.
You just
We have to see him in the grand final sprint first. See who he's worth.
Did Geelong add anyone else to the grand finals? Oh no, Selwood's pretty slow, isn't he?
They picked up the 2 cab drivers.
Yep.
how about you'll get fucked?
That'll be the Cat B rookies later. But no, they folded on Yarra enough to go and, pick 12. They couldn't get Tomlinson. They tried.
Am I
really
the only
hard.
one that thinks Chris Yaron isn't worth a first round pick?
I don't think he's worth it, but
Oh
I'm
no
happy.
way!
I'm happy with. In the end, it cost us 2 second rounders to get him. That's what it cost us.
That seems a bit expensive.
I'd pay
Well,
it.
second rounder in a shit draft and a second rounder
If
in
he
a
behaves himself,
draft.
he'll be a solid, but he does a lot of silly, stupid things during a game. Like he gives
We
away
need to
free
play him in the
kicks.
forward pocket. That's where he needs to play. But Hardwick is dumb enough to play him off half back, where he'll be a fucking liability. I
He
do not
is
like
a
the recruitment.
fucking spaz, and he will
No,
not do anything for Richmond.
He's
I
better than 3 of the players you picked up.
Oh, you reckon?
Yes.
I don't like the recruitment, but considering the price paid and how we traded into it, and we didn't give up the world for it, it's not the worst thing if he finds a niche up forward. because we need a small forward badly. It's the biggest hole in our list.
I must admit, why is it there that every year there is always ball average ruckmen always seem to move clubs?
Because there's only ever enough room for one at a club to really be dominant. And anyone who thinks they're good enough to be a number one goes to a club where the number one actually is kind of shit.
But still,
The
what the...
losing of the sub rule has probably done the ruckman a favour as well.
Ruckman take a while to develop.
Yeah, but half of them are like in their mid-20s and they're shit.
You're right, but
They don't,
the other
they don't
half,
hit the peak
the other half
twenties,
are good.
and we've got two for 22.
Like, you look at some of the tall athletic guys who are still getting around, like Hampson and Stanley. Like, neither of them can play football, but they're still in the system because they're tall and they can move all right.
I've got a new job as the groin inspector at Collingwood.
Yeah, you pulled a shifty, didn't you?
I did.
Come on, let
Can't
us
wait
know
for my
what it's about.
for an important but that was pretty dodgy by us, I think.
Oh, that was bad. That was...
Proper
Hopefully-
Black Ops.
Hopefully we
Yes.
Essendon style lost that paperwork with the receipt.
Yeah, that'll never fly ever again. Lost the paperwork, but you can try.
I'd rather that we knew what we were getting into and at least sorted it out rather than picking up a player and then finding out his groin's fucked.
I have a question. Who released the video of him being in a...
No, that was Morgs again. She had another role, PR manager.
No, it's not, because I'm not a self-serving piece of shit who looks out for my own interests. If he had have gone to Hawthorn, there is no way that Hawthorn supporting bitch would have released that video.
Talking about
Not a-
Trelaw.
You've just jumped the gun a little. You've
I'm
jumped the gun about you.
because you mentioned her before as soon as I came on. That
No, we're
Alicia.
talking about
You've been,
Trelaw's
you've been
video.
waiting for this since you turned up.
I have. I tried not to say anything. I'm like, no, bad luck.
What's this bird's name?
Alicia.
Does Alicia have a last name?
No, she's like Madonna.
Let's move on to Carlisle then, and we'll cover Carlisle and the cocaine pictures. Culture.
Oh, what was he fucking doing there?
He was snorting some whiz fizz. I believe in innocence until proven guilty.
Is it Barry? Alicia Barry?
Oh, it's some
But-
Hawthorn cunt.
She's a Hawthorn journo, and she joins the ranks of...
What's her fucking name?
I know, but she's made my shit list.
What? Hang
Oh,
on.
why she made your
Yeah,
shit?
why
list?
she made you in shit list?
What's your problem,
Yeah.
Bitch.
Bitch.
bitch? Yeah.
Why do you hate this report so much?
Okay, now here
Maybe-
is Alicia.
Maybe no,
Mulling.
Pete, you turned up when you were supposed to be on here. We've discussed this previously.
But no, she's on your shit list, and she joins the likes of Sam Lane and Caro and Rita.
Oh, Sam Lane, don't want to do her.
If you do that, can you just put some tape over her mouth first?
Well, I think you're pretty sexy. Morgs.
Fuck.
Just been drinking.
Are you coming on to me tonight? You told me you love me. This is getting a little weird.
He just
You
wants.
are out of my age category,
He
Teach.
just wants to stand in the corner and watch.
Teach, how old's your son? Maybe he...
I'm just trying to be nice.
Oh,
So was Bombers.
Oh, fucking bombers.
No.
He's a toe rag.
Let's get back on track. We'll go back to the Carlisle
Right.
thing. Like, it was a very intense deal, and there was a big staring contest that went on, and Essendon got what they wanted. They, apart from Billings, they didn't get Billings, but maybe next year. But St Kilda did lose pick 5, and they got Carlisle.
That's another one. Is he worth pick 5? He's not.
But they only downgraded 10 picks, but still, they never should have buckled on what they were looking at. They should have just given up Billings and been done with it,
Why would we give up Billings?
because you're getting Carlisle. Billings is okay, but he's no Bontempelli.
Not even
Look,
discussing the trade. Like, seriously, if that's the kind of friend you have that's releasing this, who needs enemies?
Mm.
Fuck.
It's probably
Carl-
released by Chappie.
Carlisle, he was having a fair sniff.
Oh, yeah, and each to their own. I'm not going to judge him for that. What
No,
kind of friend sends that? Oh.
I mean, I'm concerned though, but Carlisle being the dipshit who says, I'm gonna film myself snorting coke. I'm like, just don't fucking do that, you complete fucking
Yeah, I'm
retard.
less disturbed by the fact he did it because he certainly wasn't the first and he won't be the last.
No, well,
But
obviously,
the fact
Buddy
that he
Franklin.
sent it
Yeah, I
himself,
can't believe that he uploaded his own photo.
Well, he's obviously not the brightest spark going around. Like, let's not forget, this is the guy who cracked the SADs because he didn't want to play forward.
He's got his name tattooed on himself, so that's a really fucking.
That's just so he knows how to spell it.
Does he really? He has his name tattooed on his arm?
Yes.
Well, everyone needs a reminder on some things. I mean, you know.
If he wasn't a footballer,
Um,
he would probably be working at McDonald's.
I've got my Skype password tattooed on my arm because I always Get it?
But still, I mean, he's not the only player doing Charlie at
Yeah,
the Sour.
what a bunch of fucking dickheads.
No, I'm sure there are plenty of
But-
people doing Charlie. Dustin and Dane are in Vegas right now. What do you think they're
Yes.
doing with the Stafford brothers?
They've gone to see Siegfried and Roy. They're going to watch men get mauled by tigers.
They're certainly not warming up some milk before bed. Give you the hot tip.
No, you're exactly right. I'm sure that they're doing exactly the thing that you were saying.
Junk.
I'm not saying anything, teacher. I just said they're not having milk.
Well, let's go back to the trade period because Harley Bennell chose Fremantle in the end, but he did come across and meet with Richmond and Dustin Martin, and they did go out for Harley's birthday. And the reports are that Dustin Martin told Richmond that Harley was too loose.
You know you're too loose when Dustin.
Too loose. What does that mean?
When Dusty's seeing him out and about and going, oh shit, okay, maybe there is something really wrong at the Suns.
Dusty goes on holidays with Swanee, and he said that Harley been too tough. But Jesus Christ, he's a lost cause.
Ooh. I'm actually glad we dodged the bullet
This
after I
might
heard
have
that story.
another Josh Simpson sort of thing about it with Freo.
Who's
Yeah,
Josh
yeah,
Simpson?
yeah.
Isn't he the first round pick that Freo got years ago, and he just had issues outside football that meant that he couldn't play.
Can't remember him.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why you can't remember him because he never played a game.
Ah, okay then.
I'm sorry
Oh,
I
wait.
brought that up because no one gets what I'm saying now. So.
No, I know who you're talking about, Dan.
We've been through this though. We've discussed whether Harley could be a functional junkie like a Luke Hodge. Anything else on Carlisle? It was funny how he told Hawthorn to get fucked after Dodoro tried to ship him there. Hawthorn had a real crack at him, which would have been absurd, but Carlisle said no,
Oh,
which is...
there were massive mouths on the Sydney board about that.
Oh, wasn't
It
there?
was fucking
Oh.
nuclear there. I mean,
That was
The
fantastic,
Sydney
actually.
board? Why on the Sydney
Why
board?
would
Because
that?
they have a trade ban, and Hawthorn were chasing Carlisle whilst the Collars sit there having to settle for Michael Talia, who ended up at Sydney, by the way. Culture. Fucking hell. They don't care about leaks at Sydney. They snitched on Fitzpatrick after all.
that was a real highlight of trade weeks. Just reading those mails were just brilliant.
They were really, really pissed off. And I'm guessing they were probably already on edge because Mike Pike retired. And, you know, if you'd have said at the start of this year to gone, well, so prior to last year's grand final, I think, if you were offering to trade Lewis Jetta and you'd be like, all right, what's Lewis Jetta worth? And someone says, I'll give you Callum Sinclair for him. You'd say, who? Well, that was a straight swap 12 months on. And Jetta's gone backwards and the Collars were desperate for a ruckman that came on the cheap. That was one of the more interesting trades, I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's actually going to win out of that? Will Jetta get worse and be nothing? And West Coast will go, oh shit, maybe we wish we hadn't got rid of Sinclair.
I reckon Jetta will become good for West Coast. Like, he won't be brilliant, but he'll be at least serviceable. Sinclair will be
Do we think Sinclair could be anything?
no.
It's a handy second ruckman,
Yeah.
but not much beyond that.
I think West Coast found a pretty good replacement in Giles for him, but I rate Giles somewhat. So,
I don't care. Geelong won the trial. Get fucked.
what about Scott Selwood? Fucking West Coast didn't give a shit that they lost him, apart from the fact they didn't get good.
Well, we didn't give anything up for Scott Selwood.
Oh, list place. Look at you! You bought in your own fucking stable pony.
2 ducks in a pond.
We gave up a first round draft pick for Kennedy, and that was the worst thing that we did.
Hmm?
But we got danger.
Who? Who's Kennedy?
Graham Kennedy,
They must have got that one from Collingwood.
JFK. Look at this defender on the grassy knoll.
Hawkins is the grassy knoll.
Man, the suspense stage. Which Kennedy?
He's googling the name.
I actually am.
You're trying to work out who your other recruit was that helped you win the trade. Fair income. Whilst he googles that, are there any other clubs we want to discuss?
Henderson.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, we got Henderson.
And who did he play for?
West. We paid overs for him.
Do we want to discuss anyone else's trade period? Port were mentioned earlier by Cookie, and yeah, they did okay.
Well, as long as Charlie Dixon sticks to 1 glass of red a day, he'll be alright.
And Toompas is... I don't think Toompas will
Well,
be anything,
they
but
de-Melbourne Toompas.
that would be the greatest de-Melbourning of possibly anyone, because he might even have been worse at Melbourne than Watts, so that's significant. Crows did alright considering Dangerfield walked. Other than that, they did okay to get Seedsman and
Well, they picked up Short
Fuck
as well.
off. And hasn't he taken to the shit fights quite nicely? Short's already the best West Horsham poster, and he's only been involved for 2 weeks.
But really, having Short as a supporter doesn't really matter because he didn't go to Collingwood games and he ain't going to go to Adelaide.
Why would you want to go to Adelaide Crows games? You might end up in a barrel.
Yeah, you only have to go for 3 quarters and you get to crack the pits and leave.
Yeah, Crows got Seedsman. They also got Menzel. So, they could have done all right despite Dangerfield leaving. And they do have some draft picks too. Let's move on if there's nothing else on trade week. Nothing else on Carlisle?
Don't get caught.
Send Snapchats.
Yeah, and Morgs doesn't like the journo.
What's her name?
Alicia!
Alicia
Alicia
Moulin.
someone.
Okay, well, Alicia. That narrows it down to.
I said Alicia
700
Moulin.
People. Oh, she's cute. Yeah.
Yeah, leave her alone. She's tasty.
You just hate her because she's cute, Morg.
And we'll move on from that to, one woman who isn't on Morgs' shit list is Jennifer Kite. And in that vein, we'll move on to the Brian's Academy players,
Oh no, laughing.
which, it's not really a laughing matter what they did with the bottle.
No, it's not at all a laughing matter. What a ridiculous thing for a defense attorney to say.
Awesome prank.
Awesome prank. Yeah, real awesome. Rape, guys. Just because it wasn't a female doesn't mean it wasn't rape, you fuckwits.
I've never heard such misuse of the term prank since Sue said that killing Reap would be an awesome prank. Like, literally, that's...
But these guys actually committed this
I know,
heinous
this
crime.
defense lawyer is talking like Sue's. That's the point I'm
Yeah,
making. This
a
guy's
defense
literally
lawyer.
talking like
Yeah,
Sue's.
it
I'm
is
in.
it's a prank.
I'm in your corner here, Morg.
If he did that to a female, we would have these boys up and we would be ruining their lives. But because he did it to a male, it's an awesome prank. What a sick fucking thing to say.
Culture. No wonder no one wants to be in Brisbane. This is probably
Do
Rockcliffe
we know
culture.
what sort of bottle it was? It wasn't a Coke bottle, was it?
It was. It was
I don't know. Is there a size
Coke.
bottle that would be okay?
Well,
Jennifer Kite.
It was a Coke 35 millimeter bottle.
375, you mean?
Yeah, I thought it was just a beer bottle or something.
By the time this story is over, it'll be a long neck.
Well, before you go to bed tonight, just grab one out of the fridge and bend over and see how you think that'd feel. If it feels awesome, Frank,
No, I'm not penal. Shut up.
No, Morgs is right. It's wrong.
And you're right. If it was female, we would be stringing him up and tearing him down, much like the Hawthorn players who also got themselves into some serious trouble.
Oh, didn't that happen? Didn't that
Everyone's
happen?
getting rated these days.
Just when you thought that Hawthorn supporters couldn't get any gooier, well, we had some Hawthorn supporters with some rather interesting views on that. In particular, was it Extreme?
oh god. People's ability to excuse the inexcusable because somebody wears their football team's jumper just baffles me. Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter who they're fucking employed by.
Anything else on the Hawks or the Bryans players? It's a sensitive issue, but is there anything to be said?
I'm happy that there's no St Kilda players doing it for a change. So
No means no, cunts.
Bottles and all.
Don't hold back. Tell us what you really think.
I think this taints Hawthorn's three-peat.
I think it does too. I mean, they're already the worst repeating, they're already worst premiers of all time, and this just makes them worse.
What do you think that?
Oh, just, if the drugs tainted West Coast's premiership, as we've all been hearing about the cocaine and all that, how that tainted their premiership, then surely, off-field culture taints Hawthorn's three-peat.
Just like the weapon taints Geelong's premierships.
Oh,
And
fuck off,
fathers.
cunt.
No,
And the fuck.
Every premiership is tainted in some way.
Collingwood's premiership is tainted.
Yep.
No, because Dallin Didak got in a car with a guy with a gun.
He did do that, so
I could say anything. It depends how long a bow you want to draw.
Yeah, this is a very long bow, though.
The AFL let Nick Maxwell touch a premiership cup, therefore it's tainted.
Well, that's all right. They haven't let a North captain touch a premiership cup since 1999.
Yeah, like a North captain's touched his teammates' misses more recently than a premiership cup.
nasty, nasty.
That's uncalled for.
So, mate, remember the captain, it'll never happen again.
They did make him captain.
We should keep him. No one would ever fuck the captain's wife again.
Teach Wood.
Double nasty.
They got married over the weekend,
They
apparently.
did. She wasn't even Mrs. Boomer until this weekend.
Well, no one knows her real name.
Yeah, Shane McClintock.
That's a very feminine name.
It's nicer than calling her Miss Piggy.
Oh, it's not nice.
That's
That's what I said. That calling her
That's
Mrs. Booth
harsh.
is nicer than calling her that.
Very not nice at all.
No, she's not.
No, she is not. She's not a nice person. Fucking fighting at daycares.
Oh, shut up, you fucking idiot.
But she did. She got
That's
into
true.
a.
She got charged for it.
Yeah, she assaulted someone at a daycare.
fucking lol.
Good on her.
The other thing I will say about this Hawthorn thing is how was it how Hawthorn was so quick to just throw any non-premiership player under the bus? There wasn't a premiership player, don't worry. Wasn't good bloke.
But
I
does
thought
it
it
not
was a
paint
premiership
all of them? Like, by not naming them, doesn't it, like, cast a shadow of everyone? Like, at least when, not that it's the same, but when it was the Collingwood drug takers, like, we named them so that it released all the others from any scrutiny. Like, why is it that they fail to take responsibility like this all the time? What is wrong with their culture?
It's a
They're
pretty good
entitled.
culture that won the last 3 flags.
Let's move on to what is proving to be the greatest story of the past week. And, you know, sports people, it's a nice money spinner to release a biography or autobiography. And, you know, they're usually pretty boring apart from a couple of excerpts. But Paul Chapman has not missed any
Well, he
line.
went whack. But it only reaffirms what we've all thought of Brendan Goddard for a long time, and that he's just a selfish cunt of a human being.
This is actually magnificent. Like, he was teammates with him up until 6 weeks ago.
Yep.
Chappie hit him on the chin, and he just said, "You are a fucking cunt."
Chapman gave him a beatdown like Goddard was a woman in Geelong.
That's not a good thing to say.
Well, that's what
So,
Chapman did.
Here's what I don't get. Chapman's coming out saying, "Oh, Goddard's not being a leader and all that." It's like, Chappie, you were brought into that club to be a leader, and you fucking weren't showing any passion for
Wait,
Essendon.
are you defending Goddard?
Yes.
You white knighting Goddard?
Oh, come on. How do you...
Jeez,
You can't- not
come
Let
on.
me explain. Let me explain. You can
fuck you, Cookie, you stupid cunt.
No, just let me explain. Goddard is an angry ranger who points a lot. I'm well aware of that. He always does it. But
What's wrong with that?
he showed passion for Essendon, and Chappie was there for a quick buck.
Showed passion.
Hang on. Let's not pretend that Brendan Goddard was there for that football club.
He-
I'm
he
not
was there
denying
for
that.
a
He
He was
flag.
there
He's
for one reason, and it was his own success.
Yeah, he wanted to win a flag. He jumped off the St Kilda ship the same way Revolt refused to, the same way Montagne's refused to.
But still, he's probably the most angry person on this planet, and that, in my view, explains the pointing.
That doesn't make it okay to be a
No,
douchebag.
you don't get to be demonstrative just because you can fall back on, oh, at least I'm passionate. No, dickhead.
Well,
Yeah,
Like, I'm angry, but I don't...
Oh, I screwed up. Where's my nearest teammate? I'll point at
Yeah,
him.
exactly
You
right.
should have done
Great
better.
name.
Yeah.
But still, he's the only one Essendon player who's actually been any fucking good.
Yeah, but that's
No, he
because he's been
hasn't.
chip scabbing.
No,
The other
no,
thing
no,
about that
hasn't.
is that Chapman called out how
Hasn't
when he
been.
was playing at St Kilda, he'd sit behind the ball. Like,
Yeah,
it
that was
wasn't
his
just
fucking
attitude
job.
thing, it was actually that Goddard was a seagull. He said that Goddard was a seagull.
Maxwell.
They knew that they'd always have the outnumber when Goddard sent it forward because Goddard would not follow up, and he played loose.
Chappie's gone all Matthew Scarlett and decided to whack another player.
Yet he wouldn't whack Hurd. That was fucking weird.
Yeah, see? Fucking Kool-Aid.
So much Kool-Aid.
I fucking got you, Cookie. You got nothing.
Goddard's been getting progressively angrier though since he arrived at Essendon. He clearly thought he was going for a flag, and he's at a club right now who are in a worse shape than
Well,
St
to
Kilda
be
were.
honest, Chapman was happy to go anywhere when his time was up.
Exactly.
Because he had a young family that he needed to support.
And he didn't feel he was finished, and well, he played a couple of decent games at Essendon, but really he was.
You got.
Stevie J's probably in the same boat, but we'll see.
I must admit, I do find it odd. It's like, what is it with, like, because also Brian Lake gave a few clips of Drew Petrie and to Jonathan Giles for some reason as well.
Yeah, the Giles one was really weird. It's like, Brian, why are you paying attention to what John Giles is doing?
Yeah.
You're above that, but the Petrie thing was kind of amusing considering that...
Strange, considering he strangled him and got suspended, yet it's all Petrie's.
Petrie lay down, apparently.
Oh, of course he did, yeah, because
Yeah.
Brian Lake was just trying to cuddle him.
You should... It's your fault, Drew. You should not have half passed out.
Yeah.
You should not have stopped breathing, Drewy.
He's that kind of loving guy, you know.
Good bloke.
Yeah.
Got it from Hodgie. He didn't have that
Yeah.
behaviour at the doggies.
Anything else on Chapman's book?
I haven't read it, I've only just read the extract.
Yeah, I've only read the excerpts. It's quite the polar opposite to the one that apparently is coming out from Judd, that, you know, parts of that are very...
Oh, God.
Sympathetic.
If that's not something that would put fucking insomniacs to sleep, mate. Jesus.
That the only thing interesting
God.
about that is the fact that the West Coast insight into the drugs culture.
I thought the only interesting thing was when he met Beck Judd, she was pissed. That was it.
Is there a chapter on Brendan and Favola? It's like me and Fev.
It would have to be.
The time when I first saw the dildo.
Mick Malthouse, where did he go wrong?
Hopefully the
Wouldn't
chapter
surprise
kicked
us.
a kick between Daisy and Mick.
Anything else on Chappie's book?
When did he learn to read?
Is it a
Don't
comic?
hate shit on Chappie.
I'll
Is
do
it
what I want.
Is it a picture book? You know, Chappie didn't seem like the most literate man.
It's this picture of Goddard pointing with a big red circle and a slash through it.
Goddard angry, point all time.
There's a picture of Yaron dropping him.
Then there's a picture of James and it's just like big smiley face next to it.
James, good bloke.
The love heart looked like one of Higgins to Waite's shoots.
Fuck off. He's a Norm Smith medalist.
It's now been tainted by the scum. I don't give a fuck.
Sorry, mate.
That's weapon tainted.
Does Norm Smith medalists prove intelligence?
I'm a fucking, 150
He's on.
years old, yes. 150 IQ, but I can't play football, so fuck off.
It took you 14 minutes to put that sentence together. You should get that IQ recheck.
Anyway, nothing else on Chappie's book?
What's it called?
I don't know. It's got one of those titles that, makes it sound like he's revealing stuff when he actually kind of is. He's potting quite a few people.
What would you call it?
Paul Chapman, stories from East Geelong.
Paul Chapman, not as tough as Chris Yaron.
Paul Chapman, the bald truth.
The bold truth.
Let's go to the delistings, and there's a couple of high-profile ones. Firstly, Ryan Crowley got told to go and get fucked by Freo. If this was anyone else, I'd feel sorry for them, because Freo literally just pumped up his hopes and had him come back and train and everything, and then just...
Well, to be fair, it wasn't Fremantle pumping up his hopes. It was the media that was pumping up his hopes. I think they knew.
Freo didn't exactly say to him, hey, Ryan, we're not going to play you under any circumstances, and we're probably going to delist you at the end of the year. He didn't come back to the club until 6 weeks out. They would have probably known what they were doing.
It's still funny, though, that he got delisted.
Oh, yeah.
I actually do feel sorry for him.
Why?
I think he was a really good footballer, but
He was a fucking crab. All he did was
He
Tag
was,
it,
he was a really good footballer. He was the guy who fucking stopped really good footballers from doing their thing.
It doesn't make him not a good footballer.
yeah,
Still an asset.
I just feel sorry. I just feel sorry for him, and I
He
think
was a very, very good parasite.
He was a
I
good
think he
tagger, shithouse footballer.
I think he deserves another go.
Oh, well, you guys give him a go.
Yeah, give him a go at Geelong.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
he
take
fits
it.
in with North's age profile. I think he'd be good
Oh,
with
too
North.
young
I
for
mean,
North.
They didn't even pick up anyone old. We can't really use that at the moment.
No, yeah, we
But if
can
he-
because they kept everybody old.
he'd be best friends
Uh-huh.
with Boomer. They can have lockers next to each other, have family dinner days. He'll be nice and cute.
Oh, yeah, actually, I want him to go to North so he can play alongside Boomer.
Why would we need two taggers? We've already got one.
Because North need old farts. I don't know.
Why do you tag it for? They're parasites, everybody.
you-
They're not any good.
You have,
Yeah.
you have two, you may as well have three. Let's go to the other delisting that was probably significant, Jared Grant.
The human microphone.
Yeah, I look forward to Carlton recruiting him.
Why is he the human microphone?
Cause,
He looks like a
he's got
microphone.
his hair.
So anyone with dark hair is a human
It's
microphone.
kind of curly and he's thin.
Jared
He looks
Grant.
like a microphone.
So, does anyone reckon he will get another gig?
Carlton or Freo?
Oh, Freo, keep forward.
They are
Yeah.
playing
Where-
full forward.
Exactly, Freo don't have anyone else, so probably, yeah.
Jose, better get ready for that new recruit.
Fuck off, Jose.
Anything else on that? We can probably brush over the Crows picking a new coach because no one knows much about him.
Who the hell's Don Pike?
Did you see the video how they promoted him like on Pike?
No.
It was like he was on fucking crack.
He's got a serious case of rape eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a nice thing to say.
Have you seen it? You would know that. It's disturbing.
So it's Ross Lyon-esque, is it?
Google search Don Pike.
Holy
Yeah, the
shit.
video
Oh, he
from
does
Adelaide.
have rape eyes. Jesus, look at him.
Oh, fuck, alright.
Look at him. It's like a
Oh,
scary,
then I said that it was a
like a
problem now.
a scary Bear Grylls looking at you.
Oh,
Fuck.
fuck.
Yeah.
Look at him.
You're right. You're right, Dan.
Scary
That guy belongs more in those you go and get raped photos.
You go and get milned.
You're
You go and get pie.
You're gonna get
gonna
Hawthorne.
get piped.
It's scary. Genuinely scary. Lock me window. Ugh.
He looks like he'd hide out in someone's bushes.
The man's terrifying.
Play a role. I'm going to rape you with a bottle.
Anything else on Pike?
Good on him.
Let's move on. One of the common themes during the last few weeks has been the social media sulking. We've had a few. First, we had Longmire, who, blamed social media for the Goods saga.
Yes.
Fuck's sake. Then we had Grimer explicitly reference Big Footy, which apparently, from the sound of things, actually meant the North board because they're worse on North players than fucking we are.
Because we
So
don't
does
know
that
who they are.
Is that true, Dan?
I think he took. Well, it wasn't just the Big Footy. He mentioned Facebook and Twitter, and I think it stems from the shit he was getting for when his house got knocked off, and a lot of the stuff in his house got stolen.
His house got stolen.
No, the stuff,
Does he have a boat like Teach?
the contents inside the house, not the house. You dummy. So
Don't shit on my houseboat.
I thought it was a hydrofoil.
I think he
Well,
copped
it
a
is
lot of
now.
steam on Twitter for it, and he was just letting off some
Steam.
frustration. Yeah, steam at the BNF.
Because I can't imagine anyone on Big Footy really trolling Grimer. I mean, what
No,
was
he's
he known?
he's popular. He's very funny. He's very popular with
Yeah.
the North Posters.
The
So,
literally only thing he was known for was taking 70 odd games to kick a goal.
yeah, there's that.
He was a bland player. I mean,
Well, he was a defender.
Yeah.
He wasn't a bland
But
guy.
he was
I heard him
bland.
on the radio a couple of times. Very funny. Very
Yeah,
funny.
that's the thing. Like late in his career, he started to do some media stuff, and that he actually became more famous for being that North guy in the media than
That
North
funny
player.
North guy.
yeah, that funny North guy instead of that bland North defender who kicked a goal once.
he graduated from plain milk to strawberry big
Oh, thanks. Now I want a strawberry begin.
But Horse got the sulks a little bit more, and he's the main one. Like it was.
Oh, was that toy boy? Speak up.
Oh, he said he's been collared. He's been collared. He wouldn't have done that when he was at North.
Oh yeah, North don't have a chip on their shoulder at all.
Oh God, I'm so yeah they don't. Oh fuck, victims.
Yeah, there's no victim mentality at North at all.
Not at all. Oh, look at what they're doing to us. They're holding us down.
It's the world against Adam.
No, it's the
That
world
would never
against
happen at
NLC.
North.
Hell.
Shut up, you Richmond and Collingwood fucks.
Why? Why?
Are you white knighting for North?
I don't
Of course
understand.
I am.
I thought you were
I
on my
love North.
side.
I love North. Oh, wow, I love you too.
You got such a moral dilemma.
Penal's going to be heartbroken when he eventually hears this. Anything else on Horse and the chip on the
Horse?
shoulder? Longmire.
Oh, okay.
Goods did go on to be a David Jones ambassador, which is just
That makes zero sense. I mean,
that was the strangest thing. Natural assumption was he'd go into politics, not sell out. But there you go.
Yeah, you go into David Jones, you try something on, and then all of a sudden some idiot tries and throws a spear at you. It's like, what the hell's going on? Never coming back here again.
The slogan is "It's in you," so there's obviously there's
It's a
the spear
spear.
sticking out.
It's
Yeah, the
in
spear is in
you. The spear's in you.
Longmire did get the sulks up over social media. Like Sydney are becoming the new chip on the shoulder club. There's nothing they won't sook about.
oh, but that's some New South Wales shit there, because they're always jealous of Victorians.
But let's move on. And look, we've been waiting for these for a while now because he's not been available. But we do have Teach now, and it's Teach's grades time for the final 6 teams in the season. And Teach, we'll have you begin with. Well, we'll go with the Colas. Start with the Colas. But how do we grade the Colas, Teach?
I think the Colas are a C+.
That's probably the best grade you've given anyone
This is
so
a
far.
really well thought out sort of grade.
C for Cola.
Yeah, C+ because they could have done better, much better than they did. And so
Yes.
that's their grade.
They
C+.
pass. Please, I know you say there's no comment, but fuck, justify that to me. How do they pass when they were the premiership favourites the year before, got trounced, all this money for that forward line, and they didn't even make it? How?
Because shut up, bitch.
Yeah, shut up, bitch.
Oh, well done.
Crowbots.
Crowbots, D.
Oh, I think you just rated them worse than the Puffs.
Well, they're shit.
They had a lot of hardship this year.
They could have done so much better. Yes, well, they did. Yes.
Yes, so do you want to reassess that grade?
No, D.
There are no excuses in teachers' grading.
No excuses. So fuck off, D.
What did Adelaide get?
D.
A D.
Fuck, you're fucking retarded.
A D. I thought you said B. I'm going B. That's a good grade. The D.
No, they got what Essendon got.
They got a D.
You fucked in the head, Teach.
Teachers'
Yeah,
grades
well,
are final.
That's obvious on fucking head. So,
How about the bandwagon club, North?
Oh, the A
No.
plus.
A.
oh, my boys. B.
B, yes.
They made another preliminary.
That's a Western Bulldogs premiership.
I'm not having with that.
That is a Western
See, or
Bulldogs
get the fuck
premiership.
out.
Did Northern
Well,
Lights
you know,
He said something.
Yeah, he's
Northern
cracking it. He's absolutely cracking it.
he wants a C?
But
Yeah.
See,
What do you want a C for?
because we didn't go forward and we didn't go backwards.
Just
We were-
take the B and shut up.
prelim. No, but that would be being happy with not improving it.
Well, I'm not content with it, but I'm happy
Yeah,
to get
no.
a B nonetheless.
Oh,
Well,
fair enough.
well, yeah, hang your hat on this. That's what I do when Teach gives us a grade.
Shut up, fuckwits. It's B.
All right, Purple Puffs.
Oh, purple course. I'm going to give them a B.
Oh,
Finish on top of the ladder.
Greatest season in club history, just about.
Well, they didn't make the grand final.
So, we've got one team that finishes on top that gets a B, and we've got one that finishes 8th and gets a B.
They went out the same week of the season, though, so teachers' logic is sound there.
Yeah,
Can
thank
you
you.
teach logic
Thank you,
about
Suburbs.
Adelaide for me, please?
And you can shut the fuck up, Cookie.
I didn't say a
I
thing.
don't think he said anything. He's startled. He's just aiming at anybody else.
I love these grades. We need to find a way to fit grades in more often.
We may have waited like 6 weeks for these, but fuck, it's been worth it.
West Coast, the runners-up.
Oh, I've got to give him an A.
Yeah, no, I'd say that's fair call. I mean, the injuries they had.
The A is probably
Yeah.
the most accurate. I would.
A for accurate. Yeah.
They made the grand final. They fucked it up in the grand final,
Yes, they did.
but they got there. So have to give them an A.
And finally, the Tassie Hawks.
The Tassie Hawks, A+.
No G for goo.
Well, what do you say? I mean,
Okay, why an A+? What did they do that was so great on the way to winning the flag?
oh Jesus, they won 3 flags in a row. That's it.
Yeah, but they were the favourites to win the flag. They did what was expected of them. Like, on Northern Lights logic, they got a C.
No.
Oh, good point. He just admitted defeat. Holy fucking.
On teacher's scale, they get an A+.
On teacher's scale, currently the way you've graded it, everyone who got an F's going to get upgraded to a D.
No.
Because you gave F minuses, so those are going to be the actual F.
When you post this, whoever posts this thread, we need all the teams and all the grades next.
Like teachers' power ranking.
Yes.
Fucking Jesus. It'll literally be more retarded than Roby's.
No, Ruby has Porton 14th, and whenever a pufferfish supporter goes at him, he goes, "Thank you, 14th." Let's go to the questions. And we'll stay on the subject of grades, and I'll just ask this one to Teach. Teach, how would you rate the X's trade period, and who will be their star recruit in 2016?
Oh, who do you fucking think?
Kennedy?
Danger!
Dangerous
High voltage! Danger!
Talking about the X's, not Geelong.
Tom Bell.
Nah, Kennedy, the guy at Geelong.
Kennedy, yeah.
He'll be their star recruit.
Danger is going to be off the fucking charts this year.
Oh,
Teach.
fuck me.
Fuck is
Yes.
Kennedy?
X's.
Not an Xer.
Ex-Carlton players. Which club
Are you
did
talking about
Patrick
Henderson?
Dangerfield go from?
What the fuck is Kennedy?
Kennedy, the guy at Geelong.
Henderson.
And we paid overs for
You paid overs for Kennedy.
Yeah, we did.
We've just made up a player.
So what grade did the X's get for trade week?
Well, we won.
Oh. Oh, Teach, the X's. Come on, this isn't Geelong we're talking
The
about.
X's, the ex-Carlton players. How did they go? How did the X's football club go?
I can't believe that you took Yaron.
Oh, God.
Okay, someone else have a crack at this question.
I'm going X's, A+.
A plus for the
X's.
X's, yes.
I
They
think
beat
Ben-
Geelong.
X's won trade week.
X's won trade week by far with Bell, Menzel, fantastic. Yeah, great.
Kennedy to be the star recruit next year.
Yeah, I think that Kennedy may top score.
They keep getting stronger and stronger.
They do, and it's no contest now. Like they could field 2 sides against Carlton.
X's versus Carlton could be an undefeated season next year, like week to week.
I think we should start X's B as well, like Australia A. We're going to start X's A.
We'll have the X's Elite and the Pond Scum.
Mhm.
And finally, another question from Red Mist, and this one is: should BJ and Chappie Cage fight, and if so, who would win?
Goddard.
Society. If
Oh,
they-
that's easy.
No,
Jack-
Goddard would do a wrestling move. Would just get his finger and poke it in the eye.
Nah, Chappie would win it. Every
I've
time.
never seen Goddard win in a scuffle or a push and shove with anybody, but I have with Chapman, so I would go with Chappie.
Well, one of them has a
Yeah, well, Goddard just points.
one of them has a reputation of being a winner, and the other one's Goddard. So
Yeah, but Chapman can only really beat girls, so Chapman can only really punch girls from behind.
Well, it's better
so-
form than not being able to beat up anybody.
Yeah. Would you want someone who got beat up by Chris Yaron?
well, rather than someone who got beat up by nobody.
So he's not lost.
Right, undefeated.
Yeah, but he didn't lose to Yaron, so.
Oh well, let's claim. Oh, we've never lost to them. Sick, we still win. No, he's a flog. You're a flog.
Let's move on to this month on the Bay. And, well, before we go to Thread of the Week, Flog of the Week, we have to unviolate Bushy.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, sorry we said you were dead.
Well, we thought you were dead. We took it on good faith that you were finally rested.
London Calling told us you were dead.
Mistakes happened, alright.
I understand that you're not dead, which is cool. Like,
No,
welcome
it's not a mistake. He's risen from the dead. So he did
he's
die,
back.
but he's risen.
But
Yeah.
he did die a long time ago, and surely he would have figured out once people were sending condolences that, hey, people think I'm dead. Maybe I should tell them I'm not.
I think he was out of the country, and I think his kids were out of
Yeah,
the
he
country
was-
as well. I think
Yeah.
this was strategically
Okay,
planned.
I think-
Whoever did this,
He was off, like, at a monastery or something, and, like, unlike Teffy, he actually was at one.
No,
whoever
no,
did
no,
this
he has
knew knew that he and his family were out of the country and they didn't have access to internet or Facebook or anything. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, that's basically the gist of it.
Well, the cunt should be dead.
What have you got against Bushy?
I'm just having a tug, having a joke.
How's that a tug?
I like Bushy. I like him a lot.
You
so,
like him better when he's dead.
Yeah, it should be fucking dead, cunt. And he would appreciate that joke. Believe me.
It's one of the more bizarre things I think has ever happened that I've come across on here. That Bushy's dead, and it was like, oh, that's a shock. But then Bushy reappears in full
I just
anger.
hope it doesn't give Suze the idea of, faking her
Oh,
own.
no, not
and then,
soon.
And then thinking that if she comes
No.
back dead, then all her infractions will be cleared and she can start posting on Bigfoot.
Awesome
Yeah.
prank.
Ghost of Sue's new account.
Because let's face it, if the cat can post on Bigfoot, then the ghost can post on Bigfoot.
And even if the cat dies, the ghost of the cat can post.
Yeah.
Grumpy the Ghost.
We better call Ghostbusters.
But not the only poster who's made a return after a long time. Cheap Rick, aka Kiss Stephanie, is back.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Why are you excited? It's a he show.
Well, because we could probably push Bombers back on. If Bombers comes back, we could just send him in that direction again, or someone else gullible.
Ivy Blues.
Yes.
I would have to take him off ignore if this was to happen.
Thread of the month. What do we have?
Flogopedia.
Flogpedia?
Yeah, Flog
Yeah.
pretty good.
Another masterpiece by Pork Chop.
Give him a quill.
Nah, fuck him. I also like James James H tells Lepo to go and get fucked. There were plenty of melts in there.
I liked Benoit's Cam McCarthy diary thread, which I think we're going to see a bit of next year, just quietly. I think that's going to deliver the lols. Slow burn, epic burn.
Chappie's what really grinds my gears. It's been amusing.
Jake
Yes.
Carlisle's White Line Fever.
So which one do we want to give it to? I'm happy with Flogopedia.
Flogopedia.
Yeah,
Flogopedia.
give it to Flogopedia.
Yeah, Flogopedia.
Also, kudos to Bender for finishing off on the club champions.
Oh, that was good too.
That was starting out when we were on last time.
I got barely a mention, but it was good nonetheless.
And Flog of the month, who do we have?
Go you pops.
Second.
Oh, why going after him?
What's this for? Is this because he's fucked up the off-season ladder with the Daniel Talia points?
Pretty much. It's a thread that's theoretically impossible to fuck up, but he's making it so technical about rules and shit.
It literally
Stop.
has rules in the OP. How can he fuck it up?
Well, he's gotten too technical about it.
All right, Adam. Just fucking calm down.
But I have to nominate, and look, this has been a favourite of ours on here over the last month or so, this thread, and the poster has been doing their best work in this thread recently. It's the Jared Haynes thread again, and
I really hope it doesn't become as inactive as Jared has been.
I hope it doesn't because it's legendary. But his greatest defender, Tiger Nova, who has given us the greatest misunderstanding since Paul Roos thought that Goo was going to get Jared Ruffhead to come after him. And in this particular instance, like without spoiling it too much, Tiger Nova has a very interesting definition of the word porn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone posted the Randy Marsh Goo picture, and Tiger Nova went on a full bold, big font caps melt about how someone was posting porn and mods were liking it.
Jesus Christ.
Tiger Nova is Jared Haynes' mum.
Yeah,
And he defends Jared Hayne like he gave birth to him. Jared Hayne is God's gift to NFL football. According
Jared can't.
to the world, really.
My Jared
to
can't.
Tiger Nova, the greatest athlete the world has ever seen.
Oh, fuck off.
But the response to the Randy Marsh post is just the real winner there. That's the icing on the retard cake.
Everything else was just a build up to that piece of idiocy. Like if I'm getting off over anything, it's certainly that Randy Marsh picture.
Yeah, everybody knows that picture, and yet it's filth.
It's porn. We've all been posting porn.
Yeah, we are dirty, dirty people.
But I'd also like to nominate a collective effort, really, every single wanker on every club page proclaiming they're in the know when they're clearly not. Just shut the fuck up.
You don't rate their sources?
Their sources are the fucking scribble on the toilet.
Anyone in particular, Cookie? Come on, we need names.
Name names. Don't be such a coward.
Mate.
One of them, Brian speaking. He
Example?
got called out for some of the things he said. Then he deleted the post. Then there's posts being deleted off Twitter.
So he got melty because someone had a better source than him, correct?
Yep, I believe so. And this guy was actually legit. So
I'm happy to give mine to Jaden. He's starting to post on the bay again.
Oh, Jaden.
Oh, fucking Jaden.
Jaden does this every off-season, though. He hints that he's going to come back, and then he remembers.
He's trying to put a positive spin on the whole Carlton not getting any Friday nights.
Festival of
Yeah.
Ponage.
That's positive.
Wanker.
Actually, just on Carlton not getting Friday nights, how fucking wonderful is that?
Hooray.
They still get it the first Thursday night so they can beat Richmond. Speaking of the round one fixture, what a fucking joke. How many times do Collingwood have to travel interstate? Like, seriously, guys, it's not fair.
Like
I would
2
like to play
times
round
per
one
year.
in Melbourne.
It's always the same every year. I mean, why are you surprised?
I'm
I'm a
not.
huge-
I'm complaining about it being a constant occurrence, Teach.
No,
Collingwood
Collingwood
only
never
travels
travel.
like
Collingwood
2 or
travel
3
three times
times
a
a
year.
year.
They travel less than everyone.
Oh, please, yes, play that same violin, you fuckwits.
But it's true, though. It doesn't matter where you finish on the ladder, whether you finish top or bottom. Collingwood's fixture is roughly the same every year.
Yes, and I am
Yeah, Colin-
complaining that it is roughly the same. I'm sick of travelling round one.
Oh,
Off-season,
you
I
poor
want
thing.
my
Are
team.
you going to be okay? Are you going to be okay?
No, I'll go to the game. I will pay and go to the game because that is what it means to be a supporter to me. I will travel to go to it. But I would really like if it was fucking in Melbourne.
Well, the next 18 games will probably be in Melbourne.
exactly. All the rest of your games for the season will be in
Dan,
Melbourne.
you should be with
so-
me because your games are never in Melbourne round one.
Well, that's changed this year. It'll be in Etihad this
No,
year.
it's not. It's not. It's in Adelaide.
No, we're playing Adelaide at Etihad Stadium.
Yeah, no, Puffers play at home first week.
Yep, against us.
I don't listen to you melt for nothing. Fuck your dump.
I'm not
I must
melting.
know what
No,
annoys the
she's talking to Boy
Oh,
Toy.
Boy Toy. Oh, come on, Boy Toy. Get with the program, will you?
What annoys the shit out of me is that every year we have the same boring fucking game, Richmond versus Carlton. It's been a disappointment for well over a decade. Stop playing that as the first game. Get 2 quality sides.
Actually,
That's
that's
the first-
probably over the years. That's probably been the Bay's favourite game because usually there's a winner for the Bay to sort of.
Yeah, someone gets the boots stuck in.
I'm not debating
Yeah.
that, but I want to see first game. I don't want to see 2 fucking shit teams. I want to see fucking Hawthorn versus.
We didn't start the season 2 years ago. Collingwood Freo did, literally 2 seasons ago, and then before that it was the Swans versus.
No, there was the Battle of the
Giants.
Bridge, yeah.
I don't mind Carlton.
Yeah,
I
right.
just like that the whole round one is done over the one weekend instead of splitting it over 2 weeks like they've done in the past. That's never sat well.
I'll tell you what's disappointing, and hopefully it'll come to an end when the season moves forward, but I really want to see the Good Friday game sooner rather than later. I hate Good Friday.
Oh, it is the worst.
It's such a boring
It's the
day.
worst.
Give me a game of football, please. And yeah, North deserve first crack at that against probably Carlton.
Oh.
But Carlton can't play twice in 1 week, so is that why they didn't do it
Yeah,
this year?
but I think that's why they're not doing it yet.
Okay.
Because North first Carlton have been pushing for it, and the Dogs are trying
Yes.
to
That's
weasel
what I
in,
don't want.
but
I don't want the Dogs to weasel into something that they didn't deserve.
North don't want it either. North want a bigger club than the Dogs. to
Exactly.
play.
So if they want to wait for Carlton and they wait a year, that's cool. The Dogs don't deserve it. Fuck it.
Find your own day to
See,
play
this
on.
this is just like how they took Ballarat.
It's so easy to get her going on that subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hold back a bit there.
Oh,
You know,
all right. Let's just sit here and have awkward silences, Teach.
So who was our flog of the week?
Teach, we've been a fuckwit.
Oh, thanks very much, bitch.
Oh no, but I love ya.
But I love you.
I love you.
He needs to be punished.
You just need an outlet.
Well,
Fuck off, Starburns.
That's the first time someone else has come to fuck off other than me and Cookie.
anyway, who gets it?
Tiger Nova.
Teach.
Northern Lights.
Tiger Nova.
Oh,
You know,
Northern Lights.
You know, let's just give everyone on the vlogcast this week a fucking vlog of the week.
Nah, I'm giving it to NL. What a dickhead.
Alright then. Sorry, NL. It's your vlog.
Let's go to last week's poll.
There was no poll last week.
Oh, the poll for the last episode.
There you go.
The question was, does For How Vlogcast sound from here?
Oh, you got it right too.
13.6% said North for players I don't know. 13.6% also said Hawthorn does premiers for worst ever. 18.2% said does Essendon for Billings. And the winner with 54.5% said Jack Watts does for Coke bottle injection. And looking forward, is there anything we want to add on the draft? Do we think Josh Bootsma or Jared Grant or...
Aren't they still delisted free agents? So can't they still be picked up?
Yeah, sorry, so do we think anyone's going to get picked up in the meantime? Josh Bootsman's not. Josh Bootsman's going to have to go through the draft, I think, because he's been out of the
I
system.
don't think so, but
I think one of Adcock
Gee.
or James Kelly might get picked up.
gee, Carlton have got some very handy picks coming up.
Yeah, but they're gonna fuck them up, so...
Yeah. We know they're going to fuck them up.
Well, actually, let's look at the top 10 picks in the draft. How does it go? It goes Carlton, Brisbane, Melbourne, Essendon, Suns, Giants,
Melbourne.
Carlton. It's not a good year to be a top 10 player.
So you're either going to be going to Carlton, you're going to have James Hurd inject a lot of stuff in you, or be a cocaine Addicts. Or you're going to Brisbane. Brisbane's the most appealing option there.
Amazingly, Melbourne might
You
be.
know, you only have to be there for 2 years.
Yeah. Morgs, did you have something? You said you had something.
Yeah, we need to look at the father-son rule. I think that it's a disgrace that Sam Wiedemann won't be coming to Collingwood because he's the grandson of Collingwood legend Murray Wiedemann. And just because his father
It's a
was his
fucking
dad,
grandson.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. He's
The
gotta
rules
be a son.
are pretty blatant and clear. You have to be the father's son, not
I
grandson.
think that it's not our fault that his dad's a retard.
Let's let brothers play together so that the Talias don't need to leak to each other.
So should we just change
And
the
I
rules
think that
because
we
of
should-
this?
To expand it.
Luke-
If you're listening,
Let's have a cousins rule, and then Luke Toyer could play with the Scott twins.
a cousin rule. Oh, Northern
Yeah.
Lights want to introduce a cousin rule because because identities are related. They're all cousins, you fucking. No, I want to include grandfather son,
What's this kid's name?
Sam Wiedemann.
So, and where's he roughly ranked in the draft?
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Oh.
Top 2.
Oh well, I was going to say there's a chance you could draft him, but not in this case. If he's 1 or 2.
Hence
Um,
why
Well, what should the AFL do? And should they just change the rules because you have a grandson that's worth pick 1 or 2 in the draft?
is that not how it works? What has Eddie been doing? Do we not know that this?
He's been taking rules away from Sydney,
Yes,
not giving them to you.
Silly Eddie. Always look at your own backyard first.
Well, let him do his 2 years at Carlton and then just put a big offer in. If you really want him that bad.
But yeah, exactly. If he gets drafted to Brisbane, he'll be on the table in 2 years.
So just be patient.
He's probably a fucking shit truck.
He's 197 centimetre key forward. He's not a shit truck.
He's ranked like 1 or 2 in the draft teach.
I was 170,
Yeah, he's a,
197 forward,
You're 170 years old.
and I was a fucking shit truck. So I'm sure that he is too.
oh, of course. Everybody else talking about the draft.
That logic
wrong
is
because
valuable.
you were tall. Fuck.
Anyway, anything else on the draft apart from the ridiculous grandfather-son rule?
Keep the father-son rule the way it is, and we finally get a fucking father-son. Third one in fucking 30 years.
Yeah, only because he told Carlton to go and get fucked. Too.
He's a smart man. Smart kid.
Where and what pick will Daniel Rioli go?
Apparently, he'll be around the teens.
Really? He shot up because people were saying he was in the 30s or
The
20s.
name Rioli.
That's what the name does.
Well, it worked with Two Cloaks and Ace Cordy.
Cockatoo shot up as well. He wasn't supposed to go 10 and he did.
Yeah, but he had a blitz for highlights package though, and that sort of probably helped his cause.
He Jeremy Howard it.
Yeah, but only his highlights package was bursting through packs and kicking goals. Take-
We haven't seen any of that yet, so I'll believe that when I see it.
And before we wind up, we'll look ahead to the awards season. And coming up, we have our Flog of the Year, we have our Thread of the Year, we have our Poster of the Year / MVP. So who wants to have a crack at what will be what?
Alright, I'm going. Thread of the year will be the X's. Consistent laughs all throughout, and a big payoff at the end. Poster of the year will be Benoit. Again, good quality all throughout. With second being Red Mist, third being Porked. The Flog of the year will be Divi.
The thread of the year will be the oh jeez. Let me have a look.
You've only had all year to come up with it.
Will be the thread with Kennedy in it.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing how this Kennedy goes next year.
Thread of the year, the club champion awards. The poster of the year is Red Mist,
He's such a shoop lover. Fuck.
Hey, Red Mist had a fantastic year.
and the flog of the year would be Jose.
Oh,
From Untouchable Log of the Year.
that's the biggest fuck
Wow,
off
what
Jose
did-
anyone's ever had.
Did Jose send you fucking a message full of fucking shit or something, like gay porn or something?
Nah, I love him.
Are you not?
You just voted him for Flog of the Year.
Are you confusing Jose Mourinho the poster with the manager?
Are you confusing love with other emotions?
No, I'm just rubbing him up for the flog of the year.
Down, Teach.
Who wants to go next?
Oh, I'll go. Benoit
Otherwise, he's trying to
for
replace
Poster of
his
the
kid.
Year. Thread of the Year, I'm going to go with Where's Trent? And Flog of the Year, well, that's easy. That's Divi.
Prediction-wise, Benoit will win it, but I'd like to see Pork win it because I thoroughly enjoy his stories. I think he's been a great addition to the Bay, much akin to Brian Taylor. Diary of a Welcher I really liked, but the X-Thread will win. And Divi Blues doesn't deserve any awards, so Pups can go and get fucked.
I'm going to nominate the X's thread as well. I will actually be genuinely disappointed if the Welcher thread wins it, because I think it'll win on the back of what Frio Falcon said about posters getting narcissistic and liking a thread where they were talked about.
Absolutely.
And that's not the thing. X's thread all year. Brilliant from the start. Best thread all year. And potential to go on. Poster of the year, Benoit, by a comfortable margin. He's had a season as dominant as Ugak usually has. And Flog of the year, look, Divi Blues will win it. I agree with Morgs. I don't think he should, but I'm not 100%. Actually, I'll tell you who should win it, and it shouldn't be forgotten. I don't think Hadouken's going to let people forget it, but
Bosk.
no Jades. The $900 suit
Oh, yeah.
will rear its ugly head again at Flog of the Year time, and he will make a good run at it. It just depends on how many people get sucked in and vote for Divi Blues, because people will. But I hope we see Jades get it, because he's been gunning for it for ages. He does his squib thing, and this was the year he got prodded enough that he melted over the $900 suit, and I think it deserves it. Anyway, this was the Flogcast for the post-trade week wrap. Starburns joined by Morgs,
Farewell.
Dan,
Goodbye.
Cookson,
See ya.
Teach,
Adios.
and thanks also to Chap UK for his brief appearance early on. We lost him. I think that the Germans
The Germans have got
captured
him.
him.
Oh,
So
no.
hopefully we'll see him again.
Good luck
But
climbing the wall.
Say hi to
Wall.
Frank Ann.
thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Teach loves ya. Don't forget.
Teach loves you.
Teach loves everyone.